Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's S.J. Poor here, Little Phase Brewing. I hope everybody's enjoying their Wednesday. I'm tired. I put in a full day. Indeed. So what you saw poured there is this bad boy right here. This is the Impala. This is a take on Lermo 22's Roadrunner. And she is one hoppy mudda. Oh, first beer. Actually, no. Second beer of the day. First homebrew of the day. Right here. Impala's nice. She's hoppy. Got some of the hops are starting to die down a little bit as she pulls. It'll get a little bit better. Oh. Yeah. I just got done putting together some garden beds for in the back. I bought 2 of the Vego gardens. There you are. And they kind of remind you of the troughs you see at Tractor Supply and stuff like that, but they are much cheaper. And I think they look better. Matter of fact, I'll go show you what they look like right now. So that is a 2 by 8, 2 foot by 8 foot by 17 inches tall, coated garden bed. Not bad to put together, but holy smokes, there's a bunch of bolts in there. So I threw in what topsoil I got, and there'll be another one sitting right there, and we'll put some veggies in those bad boys. Something else we got going on is right here. If you can see what that says, Cascade, Mount Hood, and Centennial. So decided to put my hops in right here, and they'll grow up alongside the pool, and I'll run some stuff straight up. They get pretty much full sun over here, so that should work out pretty good. So since there's no more Marvell blend, we'll go with Pickett blend. So there, you got a chance to take a look at the Vego garden. Found those on a ad on Facebook that popped up. Checked them out, watched a couple videos of them. They actually hand you a neat little wrench, which works really well for tightening these bolts down. All 70, it's like 72 or 76. It's a bunch of bolts. Good Lord. So I did brew this weekend. I did a party gal. Yeah. By golly, I did a party gal. I haven't done one of those in a long time. The larger beer, but lesser volume. So what I did was I'm using my 2 stainless fermenters, the 7-gallon brew bucket and the 14-gallon Blickman. And so in the brew bucket, there is 4 gallons of an Imperial Stout. Came in at 1.19. She is a biggin. Basically what I did was I used the ingredients enough to do a 10-gallon batch. And all I did was pull the first runnings off of that. And then I added water into the mash tun to reach a volume of 5 gallons. And then I ended up boiling off, a gallon and a half, and ended up with netting about 4 gallons in the fermenter. That's getting fermented out with Mangrove Jack's Liberty Bell. The other day, Sunday, It smelled like prunes and raisins in here. It was crazy. And then the other beer, which is the larger volume but smaller in ABV, is Session something. I don't really know what to call it yet. It's amberish, colored, not really brown, maybe close to like a red-ish. We'll see. I used Sabro at the very end. What did I use for bittering hops on that? I used Cascade. I used Cascade for bittering because you can't go wrong with Cascade. Cascade is the most useful and versatile hop there is. Fight me. But and then I used a bunch of Sabro at the very end, and wow, did the fruitiness come out on that. And I fermented that out with SO4 Fermentus. So the pre-boil gravity of just the second runnings, and what I did there was I filled the mash tun up. The grains were already wet, right? So they're not going to retain any more moisture. They're already wet. So whatever moisture, whatever water I put in the mash tun is what I'm going to get back out again. I worked out great that my HLT held temperature. So when I did that, I actually kept the element on as long as I could in the HLT to keep that water as warm as I could. It was like 150. I think I had the set point at like 154. And I ran in enough water. I filled the mash tun up, okay? And then I just let it sit. So I put like, I want to say it was 8 gallons, 8 or 9. It was 9 gallons. No, 8. It was 8 gallons that I fit in there because my float was, I should have had it up higher and it shut it off. So I was able to put 8 gallons in. And my mash temperature was still 152. So I was like, well, I am going to get everything out of these grains that there is. So I let it set for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And then I started to pull the wort out of that. And what I did was I wanted volume. So I wanted to have 12 gallons to be able to, to start off the boil because I wanted 10 gallons in the fermenter. So that initial 8, and then I just kept adding water to the mash tun until I got the volume that I wanted. So that original gravity on that was 1010. So what I did was I just grabbed 3 pounds of DME, light DME, and I tossed it in there, stirred it up real good, and I started my, the brew on that one. Finished gravity or original gravity on that end fermenter was 1038. I was hoping for 1040, 1038 on 10 gallons. I want a session beer. I want a lawnmower beer for this summer. By golly, that's going to be the one. So yeah, it was a good brew day. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Everything in fermenter, everything was fermenting like crazy. Today is Wednesday. Blow off tube on the Imperial Stout, which is, well, I'm going to save what I'm going to do with that for another video. Thank you, folks, for chiming in on what should SJ brew next. The captain, he had said do a dark beer. Well, I did. And I think somebody had mentioned doing a session beer, but there was a lot of good suggestions, and yeah, one of them was a saison. I'm definitely doing a saison, but I need to get a lager going. Once I get the kegs at a spot where I can, I'm fairly stocked, I want to do a lager, And I'm actually thinking I might lager in the Keyser instead of over here. I had a little bit of trouble with my Brewbilt glycol chiller. I had to actually shut it off and fire it back up to get it working again. So it seems to be okay right now. The one side just isn't. It doesn't seem like it's working as well as the other side. So we'll see. Anyways. That's a dandy. I got to learn to brew all over again here. The water is so different than what it was back in PA. I can cut back on the hops. Anyways, folks, thanks for sticking around. If you're new to my channel, please, like and subscribe and hang around. I'm always doing videos talking about home brewing and other things, but mostly home brewing. This is SJ Poor Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of labor, folks. Brew beer. Brew wonderful beer. Like this one right here.